All right, so we're here at the Salem World Beat Festival. We've got the Nexo STM linery system with the L20 subwoofers. And we've got the Yamaha DM7 at front of house. I thought I'd walk everyone through my setup here. I've got the Waves Live Box running some plugins that Alpha Labs has been cooking up, like the Transient magnifier. Here you can see I've got this one on the kick drum. And so if we get a kick drum that just doesn't have a lot of attack, I boost the high frequency and it fixes that right away. Also, we've got a bunch of other ones here on various percussion instruments, things that just need to sound more transient when they're not. We've also got this experimental plugin, not available yet, but maybe soon. Basically, it listens to the mid and high frequency of a microphone and asks, is it supposed to be transient? And if the answer is yes, and there's no bass content, then it just inserts fake bass. Kind of fake it till you make it. So this is great for like vocal percussion where someone's trying to beatbox and their voice just isn't that deep sounding. It listens to the sound of the upper, mid, and high frequency and it adds fake bass. So that way you don't have to like boost all the low frequency in their voice and try to get what isn't there, and then you have wind noise and they're handling the microphone and it's rumbling the subs. This fixes that. Also, it makes thin sounding drums sound huge and stuff like that. It's great. The other one is a pitch shifter. So basically it takes the frequency range from 120 hertz down to 60 hertz and it lowers it by 1 octave from 60 down to 30 hertz, and it sends that to the subs. So then that allows instruments that maybe just don't have a lot of depth to them to sound a lot deeper. And that sound obviously coming from the subs gets picked up again by the same microphone and otherwise would cause a feedback loop. But here's the cool thing. If it gets picked up again, it goes through this, it gets pitched down from 60 to 30, it goes down to 30 to 15. And at that point, it's lower than the subs can reproduce and it doesn't go anywhere. So you essentially have unlimited gain before feedback using this plugin on a live sound system. So for example, we might have drums out in the middle here, but we've got a condenser mic way over on the side here and there because we can't get any mics out in the middle. Well, I can turn those mics up in the subs and we can just have this massive, huge sound out of drums like taiko drums or other instruments that just, naturally either have bass, but we can't get the mics that close, or they don't have a lot of bass and we want there to be bass. This, in combination with the other plugin, just makes things sound huge in this venue. It's amazing. Also, we've got this little computer running 4 channels of D feedback, of course. That's because we've got an announce microphone that's literally right in front of the PA system. That microphone is right in front of this. And so if we didn't have D feedback, we probably wouldn't get a lot of gain out of that microphone. And sometimes they come out in front of the stage, right in front of the PA system. D feedback solves that. And of course, for my reverbs, I'm running Logic with a bunch of Space Designer verbs that I've spent a number of years working up impulse responses for. And I have all my verb sends here on the console. So we've got drum short, drum long, instrument short, instrument long, vocal short, vocal long. And then I set up a delay where this is 1 delay and then this is the feedback amount. So just between all these different verb sends, I can just kind of mix my verbs on the fly. I've got my return for the 2 experimental plugins here. And then anything I want to patch through the D feedback, I just go USB through the insert on the console. So like you can see here, I can just take and go out the external out. I can just select USB. I can send out any of the USB 1 through 4 at this point. And that's pretty much it.